What up, YouTube? It's your boy, it's Carter TV. Back with a story for y'all. I'm sorry, I'm wiping my face off. Fresh out a decent shower right now. But anyway, got a story for y'all about a serial killer. That's what I'm saying. Serial killer. Smooth, very smooth, polite, very nice serial killer. Now, you don't come across too many serial killers, you feel me? So this serial killer, it started when he was like in high school. Daryl Miller. That's what I'm saying. He was fascinated with documentaries, serial killings, drug dealers, forensic scientists. He wanted to be a forensic scientist. That was his life plan, his life goal, his career job. That's what he wanted to do. He liked to examine bodies. So during his sophomore and freshman year, he would go to the library, pick up books on bodies and all types of killings and the type of stuff you could, to look for in a body and shit like that. So he was all into that. He was picked on for that. He had a close friend who was a girl. She was a dyke. Her name was Jackie, but she went by Jack. They was very close friends. She insisted on him, get a girlfriend and everything and stuff like that. But he was, he was into what he was into. You know what I'm saying? He was into what he was into. He liked what he liked. He will also, school her on certain things, He will also learn about all types of poisonous. He will learn about all types of way of getting rid of a body, watching all these, these little documentaries and stuff like that. He would learn from them. He was very intrigued, you know what I'm saying? He was a quick learner. So, and stuff like that. His first kill was a bully. You know what I'm saying? It was a bully. One of the kids bullied him a little too far. He went to school on a regular day, like if shit was sweet. You know what I'm saying? It was a regular day for him. He had his books in his hand. The books in his hand, he was going to return to the library after school. You feel what I'm saying? So he had a regular day. Sun's outside shining. About 75-degree weather. Decent day. The day started off with, one of the most popular girls actually paying him some attention. That was off to him because really nobody paid attention to him. He was an invisible guy in high school. He was very invisible. Only a few people may have, known him or talked to him or spoke to him and stuff like that. Very smart kid. So when a most popular girl talk to you and she don't really talk to you like that, it's kind of awkward. So she spoke to him, hey, Daryl, He thrown off and ignoring her she was like, why are you ignoring me? So he basically was just like, yo, you don't really talk to me. So all of a sudden you talking to me then. So her friends is around and they looking at each other she's like, I just think you, I think you type cool. She was like, I'm cool. And he was kind of like, girl, go ahead with that. I ain't hearing nothing you talk about. Don't you got a boyfriend? Ain't your boyfriend the biggest dude on the football team? You talking to me? Girl, bye. So she was like, we broke up. And I'm just looking for a new friend. So he basically was like, nah, I'm not with it. I'm good. So she was like, what are you, some type of faggot? And his reply was, nah, I don't date sluts. And he walked off on her. So she was like, what? She was about to charge him. The teachers walked in the hallway and stopped it. Homegirls was like, yo, you gonna let him talk to you? And a couple people in the hallway heard him say it. So the day went on, you know what I'm saying? None of the bullies bullied him. Nobody said nothing to him, right? Nobody really said nothing to him. You see what I'm saying? As far as bullying wise, nobody picked at him, nobody threw food at him today. So he kind of was just like, the fuck is going on? Why nobody? You know what I mean? When you so accustomed to certain shit happening, you expect it. But now it's not happening. Now you all right, something weird going on. So his friend, Jackie came over. Jack, you know what I'm saying? What up? He some weird shit going on. He what? Ain't nobody fuck with me today. He ain't that a good thing? He's like, nah, it's never a good thing. It's never a good thing. When somebody fuck with me, I know my day is decent. But when nobody fuck with me, I know my shit is weird. She bro, you being weird right now. So boom. The ex-boyfriend on the football team seen him, approached him. He called my girl slut. So he see what I'm saying? He your girl far as I know, y'all broke up and she approached me. He was like, she would never approach a pimp, ugly nigga like you. Plus this kid was white. He was about 270, fat, and he was about 6'7", big motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? White kid, play football, big ass lineman. She would never talk to a pimp squeak like you black motherfucker, this and that and the third. He's like, yeah, but she still came to me, bro, no matter how you look at it. Your slutty girlfriend came to me. So that kind of ticked him off. White, you calling her slut to my face? So Daryl was on 1,000 now, and he like, nah, some weird shit going on. So Jackie was like, yo, just chill. Like, you gonna make it worse on yourself. Nah, fuck him. And his slutty ass girlfriend. So Daryl was going off. And now this is happening in the lunchroom. So everybody like, oh, gossiping. Right? They all taken back. So he was like, yeah, you heard the fuck I said. Your slutty girlfriend. She looking on like, you gonna let him talk to me like that? I thought y'all broke up, bitch. So she looking at him like, do something. So the teachers is coming in. He ain't gonna do shit. Probably broke up because he got a little dick. So everybody was laughing. Oh. Right? So he was like, all right. So everybody was like, oh shit, Daryl the man. He told him off. Teachers came. All right, Daryl, settle down. He said, this ain't over. I'm sure it is. Everybody was cheering him on. He was happy. They had a football game that night. The team lost because the boy wasn't focused. Later on that night, Daryl was coming home from the football game. Friday night, football game over. The team lost. Home team lost. Daryl was excited for their loss. Boom. Later that night, Daryl had just left Jack. Jack was going to, talking to this one girl she was talking to, and she was like, she's going to go out on a date with the girl after the game. The game ended about like 8:30, 8:45-ish. Everybody was going home. Friday night, everybody had plans after the game. So she was like, Daryl, I'm going to check you later. The girl over there, I'm crushing on, taking her on a date. So Daryl was like, yeah, enjoy. Let me know what goes on tomorrow. Still going to IK tomorrow, right? She's like, yeah, I see you tomorrow. He's like, I bet. So the dude on the football team, right? He seen Daryl going home. Followed Daryl, right? Followed him. Some of his boys jumped in the truck like, Daryl right there, let's get him. So he was already angry. They lost the game, and he wanted to take it out on somebody. Daryl walking home, mobbing him, everything's sweet. He got his beats on, bumping his music, Daryl's parents didn't feel comfortable with him walking home because he get picked on a lot. But he handled the situation pretty well. When you get picked on, you come home, brush it off like nothing happened. He was the only kid. So they pulled up on Daryl. Hey, Daryl, what up? Daryl looked at them, kept it moving, regular shit. He's like, oh, he feeling tough today. So they talking to the big lineman. Oh, he feeling tough today after he done told you off. He done probably cost us the game with his big mouth, putting you in a place you didn't. So the dude swerved the car over, chased Daryl down. They started to chase him because he was outnumbered. It was like 5 of them. Chased him. Boop. They finally caught him up. They bullied him a little bit, punched him around, threw him in the dirt, threw him in some mud. So the dude wasn't done, right? The dude wasn't done. He wanted to do more. He pulled Daryl's pants down, right? And flipped him, threw him right on his stomach. So the dude was like, yo, bro, what the hell are you doing? He's like, I'm going to show this little motherfucker, this little black bitch. I'm going to show him, right? So Daryl was like, this nigga's about to rape me. So his homeboys was like, I ain't with all of this. This is too far. So they're like, nah, man, leave it alone. They was telling the boy, leave him alone. You've done enough. You know what I mean? You bullied him. You embarrassed him enough. Let's go. They're like, nah, get the fuck out of here. I don't handle this. Since y'all some bitches. So they dipped off. They ran, jumped in the V, and took off, right? Something sparked in Daryl's head. It's like something just sparked in his head, right? When boy was turning around, Daryl was getting up, right? Boy was like, I ain't done with you. Turn your ass back around and bend the fuck over. So I'm like, Daryl was like, fucking faggot. He's like, what? Daryl picked up a 2x4 and cracked boy right in his dome. Boop! Dropped him. Oh, shit. So boy was dazed out. So this gave Daryl some power. It made him think about all the shit he done did to him. He said, this is for all the times you bullied me. And Daryl beat the shit out that boy till he died. He beat him the fuck to death. After he beat him to death, he stood in that dark forest. You know, he was digging up dirt with his bare hands, slugged his big ass body, rolled it over into the ditch, and then covered his shit back up and went home like if nothing happened. And went home if like nothing happened. Parents is like, why you so dirty? Oh, you know, the bullies was messing with me again. And so they went with it. That was his first body. You know what I'm saying? Buried that motherfucker down there. Beat him to death. And Daryl weighed about 150. Skinny kid. He was about 5'11". Other dude was about 6'7", 270. Fat. Daryl beat the shit out, boy. That was Daryl's first body. Time went on. Nobody ever found the kid. He was reported missing for about 2 years. They asked his whole football team what was going on with him, and they didn't know. This is Daryl's senior year. It's his senior year, and a lot of other kids started to go missing. Daryl was laying motherfuckers out left or right. His first victim was one of the kids on the football team. His next victim was the girlfriend. And what he did was, people that he was bullying him in school, he went after them. He was getting them different ways. The girlfriend, he threw acid on her face when she wasn't looking. Threw acid on her face and let that shit dissolve her whole face out, right? Eyeballs popped out, and all you saw was the skeleton in her face. Buried her ass right next to the boyfriend, right? The next two, now this is happening over the 2 years after, you know, his sophomore year. So his junior and senior year, he was killing motherfuckers. He killed the 2 girls' friends, and he killed 3 more guys on the football team. And he buried all them motherfuckers in the same, like right next to each other. Boop, 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 boop. This was going on for the past 2 years. And the town started to get scared. They like, where all these killings coming from? Everybody getting buried. Nobody know nothing. Daryl was so smart. He was going to the scene of the crime, checking it out, seeing what they know. They was asking people questions. Daryl, he didn't hesitate to answer anything. Yeah. They was on the football team. She was the cheerleader, as far as I know. So they was basically asking, like, you know, they bullied you in school. I said, yeah, but, you know, us nerds, us regular dudes don't stay down. We get back up and go on with our day. So the police, they canceled him out. Daryl had an alibi for all of the murders. Either he was up a kid, either he was home. The only one he didn't have an alibi for was the first murder he committed, which they never even thought to question him about it. So he graduated high school. After high school, he went to college in another state for forensic science. Through his 4 years of college, he was murdering people too. You know, the first year out there, he was calm. He didn't do nothing. He wanted to learn the area first, so it took him a whole year. He learned the area, he learned the town, he learned the school. He got a couple of friends. Jackie, she ended up going to another school somewhere else, but they kept in touch from time to time. He was in school, and now when he went to college, his victims wasn't the bullies. His victims was like ordinary people that he would see outside just walking around by themselves. He was going for people who was like by themselves and who didn't look like people would miss them. So he would go after them. Like randomly. Pick a random person he felt comfortable with, he can get close to, because people wouldn't really look at him like that. He was invisible. He was the invisible killer. You know what I'm saying? So he would get people, and he would make a list of motherfuckers of how he killed them. He would make a list of how he gonna kill these motherfuckers. First thing he would do is, when he wanted to kill somebody, right, he would study them for like a good 2-3 days. Study them, watch them, see what they eat. He was a real creep. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, all right. Like on the 3rd day, it was time to make a move. Introduce yourself. I'm such and such. I'm not really new here. And then, the person would let down their guard. Oh, da-da-da-da-da. You can come hang with me. And all it took for Daryl was to get them somewhere in a dark place and just snatch them up. And that's what the fuck he did. Now, if the person was like a fat person or a big bodybuilder person, he had to knock them down. And when I mean knock them down, normally what he would do is, like, if he had like a fat person or a dude in the gym or a female in the gym, he would give them something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Especially a fat person. Ain't no fat person gonna deny no food. It could have been like a little snack. It could have been, some candy. It could have been a edible, some weed or something. Whatever the person was into, Daryl knew what he was doing. So, like, this one fat person this fat person was a greedy motherfucker. He could eat anything, right? So Daryl took the opportunity. He's like, yo, bro, I got weed. I got edibles. Not edibles, I got weed brownies. That's what I got weed brownies, bro. Just put them out the batch. You want something? He's like, hell yeah, you got some milk? He gave him a cup of milk. Now, in these weed brownies was some type of neurotoxin that paralyzes the motherfucker. Paralyzes them, they can't move their body. Boy ate the whole plate of weed brownies. Daryl watched him. Boy started to notice his body started to feel numb. He's like, yo, I'm feeling numb. I can't feel my lips. I can't feel my face. I can't feel my hands. The neurotoxin was kicking in. This boy was about 250 fat. Daryl took out a roller. He put the boy on a roller, rolled him outside, and just tortured this boy body alive. Literally, the boy couldn't feel nothing because he was so paralyzed from the shit that Daryl put in the weed brownies. Daryl ended up killing him after he was done. Like, for a whole hour, he tortured him, peeled his skin back. He started giving him little cuts. He started cut his whole stomach open and played with it. You know what I mean? He cut his feet, he cut his toes. He was just torturing the dude. And then buried his ass after he was done with him. All the evidence Daryl had on, he threw it down there with the body. Like, covered himself very well and threw it down with the body. And this been going on, like, his 3 years of college. You know what I mean? The first victim was a fat dude. The second victim was one of them dudes in the gym. Third victim was a female that he liked. And the reason why he really killed her, he decapitated the girl because she embarrassed him at a party. So he decapitated her. He cut her fucking limbs off, her head off, and he separated them all over through the school. Now, another killing that got him caught. This killing got him caught because somebody actually saw him with the person. And they saw him actually getting physical with this person. And then they saw him dragging the person into, like, the forest area. They followed Daryl, right? What Daryl did was, this person he killed was just like a freshman at the school. This is like his senior year in college. He killed this freshman girl who liked him. She was a virgin. She was sweet. He killed her because she was so innocent. Daryl just ain't give a fuck. Innocent? Aw. Come here. Snatch her up. He put something in the girl's mouth so the girl couldn't scream, and dragged her into the forest. And somebody who saw, looked on, rushed over to try to help, but it was too late. By the time he caught up with Daryl, to see what's going on, Daryl had already killed the girl. Now, what Daryl did was, he chopped her body up in little pieces, like her arms and legs, chopped them up in pieces, boop, 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 boop. And he left just the head and the body. Like, he just left the body. He took the arm and legs, mashed it up real good. He buried the body. The person seen him bury the body. And when Daryl heard something in the woods, which he don't normally do, he hurried up, got himself together, and got up out of there. Person saw him, dipped off, and the person was so scared to say anything, he didn't say nothing for about a couple weeks. Until the parents was like, we didn't hear from our daughter for a couple weeks. She just got out here. So she put out a missing person. Parents put out a missing person on the kid. Daryl went onto the school grounds with the girl's arms and legs, right? Went into the school cafeteria and put it in the fucking food. He put the arms and legs, chopped in pieces, put it in the food. And then the next school day, kids was eating that girl's arms and legs. Literally, Daryl was watching them eat that shit. So Daryl asked one kid, how was it? He's like, yo, man, this shit good as hell. I don't know what they put in it, but this shit is delicious. This shit is delicious. Right? What happened was, and what made the police investigate further was, one of the teachers decided to eat it, and they found a fucking finger in the food. They found a whole fucking finger. Teacher freaked out. Oh my God, it's a finger. So the kids is like, oh my God, oh my God. So the teacher was like, was that in the food? And a lot of the students was like, oh my God. They started throwing up, puking. Ugh. Called the cops. Cops started investigating. They found out it was a little girl's finger that disappeared, right? And they was asking students, and they had a big meeting. They was asking students, like, if you know of this young lady, anything whereabouts, cool. One kid stood up. I may know some. I may need to talk to somebody. This and then the third. So Daryl recorded it. Daryl looked like, he know something. He ain't know something about me. He don't know what I'm doing. Kid was like, I want to talk to somebody in private, right? So the kid was gonna make his way there, and Daryl bumped into him. He's like, hey man, you know something who did this? The kid freaked out instantly, almost like paralyzed. It caught Daryl like he may think I did it. Why he don't talk to me? I'm a regular kid. So the detectives came over, grabbed the kid up, right? And Daryl watched them as they walk away, and the kid looked back, shook. Like Daryl was like, oh shit, he might think I did something. Like why was he? So the one detective looked back too, like, yo, you all right? Like, you know him? He just looked at the guy, was like shaking. He's like, yo, we need to get him out of here. So for a few days, Daryl ain't do nothing. Stayed his ground and went to school like regular. The kid said, the kid in the hallway that walked past me was the one that killed that girl, and I saw where he buried the body. So he's like, what? You serious? Take us to it. So they took a whole search team. They went out there. And the kid was like, he buried the body right here. At first, they spent like a good 3 hours, didn't find anything. They didn't find anything. So the detective was like, yo, you must be horsing around. He's like, no, I'm serious. He put the body right there. He put the body right there. One of the police officers said, we found something. It was the head of the girl. You know what I'm saying? It was the head of one girl, but it was not the girl that's missing. It was the girl he decapitated and placed her body everywhere. So they couldn't pin that murder on him because they don't know if he did that. But they did know like certain students was missing. Like they've been missing for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like you had some students missing for like 2 years. And a lot of them was buried with Daryl who left them. You see what I'm saying? So another person had found the girl that they was looking for. And they did a lot of digging around in the area. One person was like, we found an arm. Another person was like, we found a leg. We found a torso. So that was the girl that curved Daryl. And they needed evidence on based on the fact that he did that. Which they never found none. Right? Once Daryl learned that they was finding all those bodies, he knew the kid must have said something. He must have put two and two together. Like, I think that was the person that I heard that night I was killing that girl. So what Daryl decided to do was took a break from school. Once school was over, he got up out of there and he disappeared from school. He disappeared quick enough the police couldn't get up with him. He left that state and went to another state. He went to another state, started doing the killing again. But this time, one person he tried to get was a kid. And this kid was like one of them thug kids in the street, like 10 years old. Daryl tried to get him. The kid, I got some candy. Like, motherfucker, fuck out my face. I don't want no candy. I don't take candy from strangers. Boy, like, you know where you at, nigga? This nigga's crazy. So Daryl went to go creep up on behind the boy, right? The boy saw the shadow, backed out, and hit him with a little deuce. Boop, boop. Shot Daryl and left him, and dipped off and left his body on the floor, bleeding out. Daryl died right then and there by a 10-year-old kid who he thought was like one of them little, no, he was a little gangster. He was in the streets. He was in the street. You know what I'm saying? Daryl met his match. He met his maker, man. That's the story on Daryl Miller, man. It's your boy Carter TV, and I'm out.